I'm going to pull up the chat here. First of all, let me say Happy Resurrection Day. It is Easter, and I hope everyone is doing all right today, doing well, actually. All right, so who do we have in the chat today? We've got Branson. Good to see you today. We've got Happy Easter, brother. Praying for you and your family. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Hey, Billy, good to see you. I wonder what concoction Pastor Chad came up with now. I already know it's going to be great. Appreciate that. Shannon, what's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody into Grown and Grace. No, it's not Grown and Grace. Might as well be, right? So many people here from Grown and Grace. Welcome in to Beer Ties and Threads, BHT, home of BHT Grooming, and live here on this amazing Sunday afternoon. It was a little chilly a little bit ago. It really is, and or was. And now I threw on a flannel, and now it's really starting to get a little warm. I'm really starting to feel it, and so I'm gonna have to switch out of this long sleeve shirt. Welcome in, everybody. It is an amazing day. So, welcome in, guys. I'm excited to go live tomorrow with Grown and Grace in the morning for the Bible study. Hopefully everybody's doing well over there in the Grown and Grace community. Been on vacation, have had a great time with the family. So I wanted to share something today with you guys. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here, but what I do want to share with you guys is something that I have, and I've had it since the beginning of the year. I've been pushing it. Well, I really honestly have not really been pushing it a lot. Let me see here. I'm going to pull up this real quick. Give me 1 second. Boom. Give me 1 second. Before I say anything, I want to make sure everything is good to go. Because I don't want to have people hit me up later and say, "Hey, dude, I've tried to do something and it's all jacked up. It's not working right." Okay. Fragrance. Okay. All right. 20. And let's see here. Collections. Boom. Boom. And we'll just do this till, let's do this till midnight, right? 11:59 tonight. Okay, so what I want to do, come on. This thing's not really wanting to work for me, really. I'm gonna have to fire this iPad here in a minute. There we go. Okay. All right, so here's the deal. Let me go back to the chat real quick. We've got Erica in the house. Good to see you tonight, or today, this afternoon. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, beard's looking extra thick and full today. You talking about mine or yours? Because I know you have an incredible thick red beard. It's amazing. So, what I want to say to you guys today is, I've had this kind of bet going on, and it's not. Obviously I'm not really a betting man, right? But I'd say just no. I don't know. No. Hey, Roger, what's going on, buddy? No monetary type of wage or anything like that. But I do have a wage going on today, or a bet, I should say, on do I think I could sell most of the Amber Trail fragrances today. So I have yours for sure, man. Yours, man, for sure. Thank you. Appreciate that, Branson. Thank you. Doug, good to see you today. So here's the deal. I've got fragrances, if I don't break it, that I sell. And they match the beard oils. They match the beard butters. They've matched the beard balms. They match the body wash, all that stuff. The cool thing is that a lot of my scents, they're matching, right? But I have some that are special edition You're not going to find them outside of a certain time. Like when I pull these away from the limited edition, they're not going to be available anymore. So there are some that are going to be here and some that aren't. But Amber Trail has always been like a huge seller of mine when it comes to beard oils, like beard balms, butters, washes, all that. In fact, I have certain friends that are out of state, one in Oklahoma I can think of, one that is like, you know, very well. His name is Randy. Some people call him Pastor Randy. Some people call him other names. Some people call him Grandpa. Some people call him Papa. Some people like me, I call him my father-in-law. But one of his favorite scents of all times that I've always had since day one has been Amber Trail. It's like a nice tobacco, amber, spicy type of scent. And I'm going to tell you a story about it here in a minute. And by the way, I do have the beard oil right here, as you can see. This one is a fantastic one. I mean, it's no wonder why my wife ranked it like #2 out of every one of my limited edition and mainline scents. Staying power, 9+ hours. I mean, literal, you'll smell it all day long. And people around you will notice. I have a bottle here. I should have grabbed the bottles that were already made up with the labels, but I grabbed the one that did not have a label on it. This one's incredible, guys. Let me show you the atomizer on it. Really good atomizer. But I'm selling these today till 11:59 tonight. Every one of my 30 milliliter or 1 ounce, if you will, bottles that look like this. Now I have some that I sell, not spell. I sell some other ones to, you know, a certain friend that wants the 1.7 ounce. And so I don't sell those publicly to anybody unless they specifically ask. But the ones that I do sell that are on the website publicly, these until midnight tonight, Central Standard Time, are on sale for 20% off. It's a flash sale. So you're going to be able to get a 1 ounce fragrance here, you know, for about 25 bucks. This is Extrait de Parfum, so it's got a high concentration of fragrance oils. It's not going to be like your Eau de Toilette or your cologne or Eau de Cologne or your body type of spray, things like that, that will just, you know, you spray it and it's gone within 30 minutes or 20 minutes. This is going to literally last. Definitely got some staying power. But I just want to let you guys know, you don't need a code till midnight tonight, Central Standard Time, or 11:59. If you buy a fragrance from BHT Grooming, I don't care which one it is, Woody Woodpecker is included, I believe, which that one doesn't really get discounted a lot, but Woody Woodpecker is amazing. If you've ever smelt it, the fragrance lasts. And this one, again, it's Amber Trail. Just a favorite one of mine. I have it on right now. And I put the Amber Trail in my beard this morning. But what kind of got me, you know, I've got through so many scents all the time. I'm always like alternating. Why did I put Amber Trail in today? Well, we were on a trip with my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-law, my other brother-in-law, and his family, and my wife and kids. And all day long on Friday, I kept smelling Amber Trail everywhere we went. Like we were at the park, amusement park. We were in Branson, went to Silver Dollar City. Everywhere we went, like there was a lot of people there, right? And so as we're congregating through this mass, you know, group of people that were traveling to rides and just kind of going to different shows and different things, I kept smelling Amber Trail. And I looked at my daughter and I said, man, Papa's wearing an Amber Trail. I can smell it all the way back here. And he had it in his beard probably, my gosh, you know, we were there like 9 hours and I could smell it literally all day. That was just from his beard oil. But if he had the cologne or the Eau de, the Extrait de Parfum, that thing probably would have lasted till the early mornings, you know, especially if you sprayed it on your shirt, something that would absorb into it. But I have that in the Amber Trail. Again, you know, fragrances is fragrances. I told my daughter, it all started with, you know, do you think I could sell 10 10 amber trails today? I don't know. I mean, I normally don't do that. Normally don't sit around and go, today here's my quota. I'm going to sell 10 blue suede embers today. By the end of the day, I've got to push that. No, I mean, I'm not really into trying to push a certain fragrance or scent. But the idea got brought up since we were talking about Amber Trail. Do I think I could sell 10 of these Extrait de Parfums of the Amber Trail? I don't know. But this is another hot one. A lot of people are buying it, a lot more lately than ever. My brother-in-law, he doesn't have a beard. I tried to get him to try the beard stuff. He tried the beard oil, ended up buying beard butter. Just couldn't get, just really wasn't up his alley, but he's a fragrance guy. And so I gave him a fragrance back in December, and it was just okay. It wasn't his favorite. But then I gave him the Iron Haven. And the reason why I did is because I was wearing it one day, and comes up to me and he goes, "What are you wearing?" And I said, "Oh, it's called Iron Haven. It's one of my own." He said, "Bring some to me on Sunday. I'll buy some from you." So I ended up bringing some to him. And then I had another friend that smelt it and said, he buys from me all the time. He goes, "I want the oil, I want the butter, I want the oil, butter, and the fragrance in the Iron Haven." So I did that. Then I had another guy that doesn't do the beard stuff at all. He doesn't do any of that. He texts me and he's like, "Hey, bring me some Iron Haven on Sunday." And that was it. And I brought it to him, and he said he was going to Venmo me. And so then I had another guy that wanted to buy some beard products from me. He wanted to buy a couple of oils, a couple of butters. One of them is one that he's bought several times in the past. It's called Deepwater Spice. It's just one that he really liked. And he goes, "Whatever another one is that you have that's a popular one." And I said, "Iron Haven is worn by most of the pastors at our church. Very, very good scent." And so I ended up giving him the Iron Haven and the oil and the fragrance. And I also gave him, sorry, not the fragrance, but the oil and the butter and the Iron Haven and the Deepwater Spice and the butter and oil. And I asked him, I said, "What do you think about the scent?" And he goes, "That's all I'm wearing is the Iron Haven." So Iron Haven is great. Ashley, good to see you. Just if I was to describe what Iron Haven smells like, I'm spraying my arm. This is a nice, like, fresh, woodsy, teak wood type of feel. Perfect for like the springtime. Perfect for summertime. And I just really enjoy the Iron Haven. Of course, I really enjoy Amber Trail. They're both completely different. One's more spicy, one's more clean and woody. So these are on sale. These are on sale for 20% off till the end of the night. So if you want to buy one, these will be back to normal price, going back up. Listen, Jesus resurrected, and that's what we celebrate Resurrection Sunday for. But after midnight tonight, these prices on these fragrances are going to resurrect. They're going to resurrect right back to their normal price. So 30 bucks normally, 25 bucks on sale today. So if you can find an Extrait de Parfum type of fragrance with that concentration for $25 or less, or even $30, good luck on that one, because most places will not even sell their fragrances at $30. Extrait de Parfum, we're talking about 20, probably 30 to 40% almost. I'd say probably more of a 20%, 30%, somewhere around there. It depends on who you're talking to. Type of concentration. So you're going to get a lot more longevity, a lot more projection, a lot more staying power and legs, if you will, with this type of fragrance. So with that being said, wanted to share that sale that's going on today and say happy Easter, everybody. Hopefully everybody's having a great Easter Sunday, a great Resurrection Sunday. Friday came, and the saying is Friday, what is it? Friday's here, but Sunday's coming. I mean, we don't celebrate the death, right? We celebrate the resurrection. And so we have new life. Springtime is a perfect time for new life, new beginnings. A lot of people, they're going through life, and they're just getting by barely. They're just barely making it through life, and there's no reason if you're that way. I know some people may not like this type of talk on this men's grooming channel. This is a men's grooming channel. This isn't even a ministry channel. If you want my ministry channel, you can go to my other channel, Growing in Grace 28. But this channel is a men's grooming channel, but the fact of it is still the content creator behind it is me, and that's my life. I love people. I love men's grooming, and I love Jesus. My life is secured. I was once an addict, big time in my life when I was younger, and went through some hard things in life. And one of these days, I'd love to tell my testimony of where I come from. But I will say this: there is life, and there's life more abundantly, and you can live that life, and you can be a normal person, maybe a little weird to some people, but life is not. It doesn't have to be down lows and highs. All right, there's a lot of people that are like in the valleys and the mountaintops. Valleys, mountaintops. Your life may not be happy one day, it may not be sad one day, it could be happy and sad every other day, but your life should always have joy in your life, knowing that no matter what comes, this isn't the end. Right, this is just a stage, kind of, if you will, a time, a moment in time that we are going through. And you're leaving legacy behind you. And some people are leaving horrible legacies, and some people are going to leave great legacies. And so live your life on purpose, on point, on mission. Do the things that God has instilled in you to do. Live a life, have fun doing it. Meet people, love people, enjoy life, enjoy the things God has blessed us with. I mean, men's grooming stuff. Yeah, it's not, maybe this stuff is heavenly stuff. I'm just joking, but seriously, this is something that brings us men that are really into men's grooming happiness. I mean, it's fun, it's life, it's things that we get to enjoy. It's not joy of the Lord, but it's things that God has blessed us with to enjoy in life. He's given us hair on our heads for some people. For people like me, he's really highly blessed them with the bald head, praise God, and a beard. And if you've got a great beard, gosh, you need to praise God for that. If you don't have a beard, still praise God for just the things he's given you, and enjoy the things God has given you, right? Enjoy the things that you have, because God can take them away, God can give them to you. But when it all comes down to it, it's really not about this, right? It's not this. This is a living that I make for my family, right? I mean, I make things to help people, that fixes their solutions to people, if you will. They help you with your beard growth. Things help you with making yourself look and appear better, with your head shaving and stuff, things like that. But these things are just things. They're not people. People is the key, the thing behind it all. Meeting new people and building relationships with people is where it's at. And so, and maybe that's one of the things why a lot of people may love so much about, or what a lot of people love about BHT Grooming. I may not have the best products compared to other people. I may not, have the best branding as some people. I may not have the best advertisements as some people. I may not have so many people talking about, BHT Grooming has the best commercials or ads on YouTube or Instagram or this or that. But you know what they do? They do enjoy the relationship that I have with them. They enjoy the honesty. They enjoy being able to get a hold of me. Somebody can shout amen on that one. To be able to get a hold of me is something that most people can't do with other companies. You can't just pick up the phone and text a owner of a company freely whenever you want to and get a real answer of what you're looking for. And so that's one of the things that I kind of pride, I guess. I don't want to say pride because I don't want to be prideful, but it's something that I pride myself, I guess I should say, the company in. I take good pride in trying to make a difference in people's lives, right? And not just trying to produce a product. I mean, I know these products are gonna, they're gonna be, there's an expiration date on them, right? I mean, beard oil, some people's beard oils will only last a year. Sometimes they're 2 years, depending on what you use. But there's an expiration date. There's an expiration date on the fragrances. There's an expiration date on your life. And what's more important, the products or your life? And so, so you know, what do you get from BHT Grooming? You get, some of my best work that I do with my wife. We work hard to make a great product. We work hard to make a difference in people's lives. We make a difference in bringing joy to people's lives. The thing of it is, what would life be like if you had beard products, but you were just miserable in life and depressed and everything else in life? Does it even really matter at the end of the day about the beard oil or your beard when your life is depressed and falling apart? If your wife is leaving, your husband's leaving you, you lost your job and everything's falling apart, what in the world, is that something you're really going to even be thinking about at one point in your life? And that's just what it is. I mean, it's all fun and it's things that we desire, but at the end of the day, listen, I'm not going to compete with other companies. I'm not going to do that. I am in competition with other companies, obviously, because I do want your business. Because if I didn't want your business, then I wouldn't be in business. There would be no reason for me to even do what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to compete with other people because I'm not going to be on the same spectrum as where they're at. I'm not going to go out and I'm not saying companies do this, but I'm sure some companies out there in the world does it, because I mean, that's just the world. The world acts the way they do, and so but a lot of them will, they'll go off and live like hell, if you will. I mean, literal hellish lives, and then they just want your money. That's all they want is your money. They will put products out just to get your money. And I'm not saying, I promise you, there's no company in my mind that's coming to my mind. I have a lot of owners that have great beer companies that they run. But I'm saying, in a world we live in business in general, there's got to be some businesses in the world, because there's all over Amazon, all over the place. You just never know who's behind the brand. And so I've been around long enough to know that that a lot of people are in it for just the money. And so I am in it for some money because I have to make a living, but I'm in it for way more than that. And if you really get to know who I am as a person, if you've been around BHT long enough and you've purchased from me consistently, you'll probably have at some point realized that something is a little bit different about this company. Maybe your life is better. I know it's going to sound crazy when I say this. Probably, my gosh, probably some people may take this out of context, but I'm just going to say it. You may feel like your life has been bettered by coming to BHT Grooming, because you get opened up to a new community of people, a product that works, a people, a community. And I'm not talking about necessarily the beard community. I'm not talking about just because there's a community out there of great people in the beard community, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm friends with a lot of the bearded community people. Don't really get too much into the bearded community. I probably should. But honestly, I'm not really after, I'm not trying to steal business from other people in the beard community. I feel like the beard community is like a big old, like, pool of people that they kind of know what's going on in different companies. Some of them like enjoy certain companies. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reach new people. I'm trying to reach people that don't realize that they can make a difference with using better products for their beards. A lot of guys don't think that they can grow a beard, and I like to try to coach them and encourage them. But while I am using that as a like physical thing, I try to build a relationship with them that's deeper than just your beard, deeper than just what your bald head looks like. And so, because at the end of the day, some companies will be your friend as long as you're still buying their stuff. And when you stop buying their stuff, they just don't talk to you anymore because they don't like you anymore, or maybe they just don't have no reason to talk to you anymore because you're not a customer anymore. I've had customers that have come along. Maybe they've lost their jobs. Maybe times have been tough for them. And you know what? I still talk to them. I'll still reach out to people and I'll say, hey, hadn't heard from you in a while. How you doing? Just checking in on you. Want to make sure everything's good for you, and that's just kind of the heart of who I am. I want to seriously check on people and see how they're doing. Life is too hard to do it alone. You need some people in your life that can help you walk through life, and to be a mentor, if you will, to be some type of a disciple, ship maker type of person in your life. I know for a fact that I can't make it in life without certain people that God has placed in my life. Now, obviously, I know God is behind it all. Without God, I could do nothing. John 15 talks about if you're not a part of Christ, if you're not connected, then you can do nothing. We know that. I know that. All right. But God puts people in your life, though, to help you get through seasons of life, to have those people. And here's the thing. Let me just throw this out there. You may have people in your life that you just feel like, they're just somebody in my life. But those people may be certain people that you're going to realize later on in life that you needed those people. God has placed strategically people in your life that at this point you may feel like there's no reason to have them in your life, but God has ordained them to be in your life, because there's going to be a season in your life down the line in a different chapter of life, if you will, that you're going to run into a problem or a chaos or tragedy in your life, that you're going to need these people, and they're going to be there for you, and you're going to be able to call on them, and they're going to be able to minister and be there for you. Listen, sometimes people just need to be told that everything's going to be all right. You may be going through life and you come to BHT maybe because you wanted some beard oil, or you wanted fragrance. Like today, 20% off on the fragrances until midnight. So if you want a fragrance, $25 for Extra Day Parfum, the most strongest fragrance you're going to find in a masculine scent. But maybe you came over here because of that, and you realized, man, there's so much more behind this. I've had people come along and tell me, I'm going to be BHT for life, BHT Grooming for life. And most of them are still around. But I've had at least one person I can think of in my mind right now that came along and said, BHT Grooming for life. You know what happens? Life happens. They get a little upset, and they're just gone. Gone. You have no idea what the world happened, but they just disappear. So you can't always depend on people, but the people that are brought into your life, you love on them, treat them right, be there for them. People need people. And so if you don't buy from me and you still want advice, guess what? I still give it to people. That's why I have a YouTube channel. I talk to people all the time, give them advice on head shaving stuff, head shaving devices, electric shavers. Which one do I think is the best? How can you grow past this on your beard care? Guess what? I don't charge people anything for that. And so but whatever I can do, if I get a customer, I want to try to build a relationship with that person. Some people may not like that, which is fine, but that's just kind of how I am. Roger, appreciate that. Very true. Chad, people get a hold of you, and you do have great, appreciate that. Keep going. You are fighting the good fight. Thank you, Wade. Appreciate that, brother. One thing about BHT, if I have an issue, I get to talk to the owner creator products of this. I like so. Thank you, Wade. 30 Spray J. So let me give you an example. 30 Spray J. He's in the house. He's big time into the bearded community. Now, you could probably say, Jay, that you don't probably see me a lot in the bearded community. I used to be more into it. I'm almost like a loner, if you will, but I'm not. I mean, to the beard community, they may look at me and think, he's like a lone wolf or something like that, but I'm really not. I mean, I've met several people. I've got to rub shoulders with several people, like owners, different companies. But I think maybe, Jay, you've been around long enough to know that, it's not just about buying beard products from me. By the way, I would want to say this because you just came on. All the fragrances, 30 mils, 1 ounce straight deal perfumes are on sale today, 20% off till midnight. So if you want to buy a fragrance, all the fragrances in the world you can buy 20% off. I think it even includes the Woody Woodpecker. So, but Iron Haven, Amber Trail, been selling like crazy. Love them. Long day, or they'll last. They've got longevity, probably 12 plus hours. But anyways, hopefully, Jay, you'll be able to understand or not understand, but share with everybody else and probably agree that just because I sell beard products, you're not just buying the beard products. I check in with people. I care about people. I try to build a relationship with people and try to love on people and be there for people because, as I said earlier, beard products are great. Fragrances are great. We both can agree. We both have a common interest in fragrances, but these things have expiration dates on them, and our lives do too. And at the end of the day, if you lose everything tomorrow, the last thing that's going to probably be on your mind or my mind is beard oil. You know what I mean? And so, I was saying that there's a lot of companies that if you stop buying from them, then they're just not going to talk to you anymore. They're not your friend anymore. I reached out to a friend yesterday. I've never met the guy. He's a friend of mine because he's a customer, and I've been able to build kind of a friendship through texting and talking on the phone. And come to find out, he's actually from Kansas City, Kansas. So he's not too far from me. And he says, I would rather buy from somebody more local, closer to me. But I hadn't heard from him in a couple weeks. So I reached out to him yesterday. I said, hey, brother, how you doing? I hadn't heard from you very much lately. Just wanted to check in on you. And he said, man, I had the flu. And I said, man, that's terrible. I hope you're doing better or you start feeling better. And so, just a conversation goes a long ways with people. It really does. So, but I think that one thing that's, I try to think outside the box all the time. I don't want to be like every other beer company. I know beer companies have great products. I don't want to mimic their product. I don't even sometimes want to even copy their product. Some people come out with this, and as much as we want to jump on that bandwagon because everybody wants to buy it, there's nothing wrong with that. If there's a need for it, people ask me to do it, I'd be happy to make it for them. But I do want to say this. One thing that sets apart everybody, and it's going to be loving people for who they are, not because of their wallet, not because of their bank account. I've given so much beard products out, it's not even funny. So much beard products I've given out that I've lost so much money on it. And I've had to, the old me would have been like, I got to keep it. I got to keep, because if I give, I'm not going to have anything. But what I've learned is this in my life. The more I hold on to something with my hands clenched like this, the less God can put inside of my hand. If I have a hand open like this and I give this away or God takes it away, guess what? It gives God room to give more back into my life. And what I've learned is sometimes you're really not wasting money. Sometimes it's an investment in people. Sometimes you give something to somebody that they feel like they really want, but they ain't got the money for it. You give it, you bless them, you love on them, and guess what? You build a relationship with that person. It may not be a business that you're trying to build with that person, but you're building influence with people. And influence is what it's all about. Game over influence. If you can influence people in a godly way toward God, that's all that we have to do. That's it. That's all that God wants us to do, is to love Him and influence people to get closer to Him. Because the ultimate goal is for us to give our lives to God. That's the ultimate goal. This life is fun. We get to have a good time here while we're here, but we're not going to be here forever. There's two places you're going to be in 100 years from now, but it's not going to be here. All right. So we have to make sure that we're building influence and we're digging deep and keeping a perspective on life. I run a beard company. I run a men's grooming company. I make products. I pay for it out of my pocket. I have to make money off of it. But at the end of the day, God's still in control, and God calls me to reach people, not to reach a bigger bank account. All right. And so, but yeah, I just wanted to, more days behind us than ahead. That's absolutely for sure, without a doubt. Without a doubt, guys, we have an expiration date and time is against us. You can't buy time. You can buy all kinds of things in life. You can make so many failures in life. You can screw up all the time and mess up, mess up, mess up. You can fail so many times in life, but guess what? Failure is never final, right? Most people that succeed in life are the ones that have failed so many times. You know, we see like WD-40. Nobody probably knows this, but did you know that there were 39 formulas before they finally got to WD-40? And what if they would have gave up on 39? We would have never had WD-40. And the point behind it is the day you die is the day it's over. There's no more changing it. If you die without Christ, you've ultimately failed. And so that's why the whole point behind it all is not about we just want to build this massive company. Yes, it'd be nice to build a company and have something for my kids and stuff. That's a goal, but that's not necessarily the point, the North Star. The North Star is people. And so we have to make sure we're always framed of knowing what our perspective is in life. And if we ever get to the point where we are skewed from that mindset, then we make it about ourselves instead of God. And so Chad builds friendships and texts just to say hey, and just happens to have a great beard and hygiene company. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you for sharing that, highlighting and being a member for 9 months. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for your support. Follow up and get up. Man, I've supported 9 months like a baby. Woo. Yes, you have. You've been here for 9 months, man, supporting me. We've texted, you've purchased several times from me. You've supported my family, and I do appreciate you, brother. I really do. So, I know that this conversation today is a little off topic, talking about fragrances, but we did talk about resurrection. Happy Resurrection Day. Awesome products, and I'm very happy with the awesome products, and I'm very happy with the products. Appreciate that, Hillbilly. Thank you for being a member for 3 months and supporting BHT Grooming. It means a lot. It does. And so, but there's a lot ahead of us. As long as we're still breathing, there's a lot of stuff coming in the future, a lot of different scents, a lot of different products I want to release. So it's going to be a fun time. I told you guys, if you were with me, rolling with me back in the end of last year, that 2026 was going to be a big year for us. And it is a big year. It's been a big year. We've released a lot of stuff, but we're not ending there. We've got way more stuff coming. And I just appreciate every one of you guys for what you do and how you guys have supported my company, my wife and I, and what we do. We're pretty busy people. It probably doesn't come across that way, but we really are. I would love to come on live more than I do. In the times that I do come on live, it's a balance between BHT and Grown in Grace, and so a lot of times both of them connect. I was telling Amen, BHT growth and take it to the next level. Thank you, Wade. So I was talking to a friend the other day. I'm not going to mention his name, and he'll probably come back and listen to the replay of this. But he sent me a text, and I'm just going to say this. It really, really moved me. It did. There's a lot of things that I read that, I've read a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff moves me, but when God's in it, it does move me. And the text was from a guy who came to my business back in December, maybe January. And it was pretty powerful. This guy buys a lot of stuff from me, one of my biggest customers. And he comes to me and he says, Chad, I got a question for you. And this is a very, very powerful, if you will, testament of the power of community and influence. He says, I've read the Bible twice. The fact that he's talking about biblical things blows me away, because a lot of guys in the men's grooming section or sector, if you will, that comes to BHT Grooming, they may not even know I'm a minister. I don't always tell everybody that I talk to in business. I'm a minister, but most of them probably just, it's, you can't change a leopard spots who the person is. I'm sure they know already. And obviously this gentleman knew. He says, I've read the Bible a couple times, but I need to get back into it. And he said, where's the best place to start reading the Bible? And so I give him, my answer. And I said, I said, appreciate that. And I said, I'm happy that you're doing that. And I said, if you ever get a chance, you should go check out my ministry channel. And he turns around and says, I just want to thank you and your wife, Tara, and your father-in-law for helping me get closer to God. And I'm telling you, when I read that, there's not an amount of money you can talk about that could compare to something like that. I mean, that is one of the greatest texts that people can tell me all day long my beard products is the best they've ever had, but to hear something like that, that is something that blessed my socks off. Because if BHT Grooming or Beards, Heads, and Threads YouTube channel can be a segue, if you will, to a ministry channel where we talk about the Lord all the time, and they can give their lives to Jesus or get closer. Wow. Could you imagine to be able to have a business where you can offer products physically, but also have another ministry in itself that can offer something that's eternal, that's not a physical product, but an actual eternal thing? Man, I tell you what, the crossroads of that, God is using both channels, and it's just powerful. And I just want to say, you know who you are out there. If you tune in for the replay, you know who you are. And I just want you to know this. I was very blessed by that message. I texted my father-in-law, told him, I showed my wife, told my brother-in-law. It really, really meant a lot. Appreciate that. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on today. I'm not going to be on here very long. I'm going to jump off, actually. It's Easter. People have their families and stuff. We're just taking it easy. We're celebrating Easter tomorrow with my side of my family, when everybody can get together. And we went to church this morning. And so today, I think we're just going to take it easy the rest of the day. But I wanted to jump on here and let you guys know, if you guys are interested in buying fragrances from my company, ones that smell good. There's not one fragrance on there that's going to smell bad at all. I'm telling you, they're all banging, amazing banger scents. Iron Haven and Amber Trail are two of the ones I wanted to highlight. Obviously, the Woody Woodpecker is a great one. But they're all on sale today, 20% off. You don't need a code. They're automatically discounted at checkout. But I think you're going to be really pleased and happy with smelling really, really good. I titled this deal today, finally smelling amazing this season, because, well, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people out there that just don't smell that good. And I'm trying to help them. I'm trying to help and coach them to smell better and have better hygiene. God bless them, right? Praise the Lord. All right. So appreciate you all, guys. Thanks again for giving me your time today. Again, kind of a heavier message today, not necessarily on beard care or men's grooming, but, I do believe that there's always a reason for everything. And I believe that there's a reason that God gave me this to talk about today. I mean, it wasn't something that I was prepared to talk about, but, that's how it goes sometimes. You get on and you talk about what's on your mind, and that's what's on my mind today. People. So, guys, I am getting closer to 10,000 subscribers. I'm excited about that. I think I only have about 1,500 subscribers to go. Not very much. But here's the thing. Can you still hear me? Okay. Just want to make sure that the microphone wasn't turned off. Wanted to say this. When I hit 10,000 subscribers, I do have a giveaway that I'm going to be doing, and I'm sure I'll do way more giveaways than just the beard trimmer that I'm going to give away. I think I'll give a Brio Rays head shaver away at 9,000, which is only about 500 to go. So that's not going to be too much to go. And then 1,000, I'm going to give away a Brio Beardscape version 2. So it's one of the best beard trimmers on the planet if you are into beard care. You know, I'll probably throw in some beard products too, just a big celebration for the big 10,000 subscriber mark. So help me get there, guys. If you know anybody that's into beard care or men's grooming or anything like that, send them over to my channel, share my videos with them, hype them up. You know, if you go on the videos of everything I post, there's a like button on the bottom, and if you slide from the right to the left, there's a hype button. If you go to those and hype them, I think you get 3 a week, and they reset on Mondays. Hype my videos. It does help me a lot as a growing small channel. And so I'm trying to find the chat. Let's see the chat. Okay, go back to the chat. John 15, amen. Thanks for the excellent work you do. Thank you, Hillbilly. Appreciate that, brother. And awesome. I've been trying to promote you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, and where's the unboxings, bro? You said, send me something. I'll do some unboxing. I'm like, dude, Hillbilly, you got to do some of those unboxings. I see you do some of those unboxings and some of those cards you get. I want to see a review of some of that stuff you talk about. Like, I want to see the signature status you just ordered, the balm. I'm going to ship that out to you tomorrow morning. That signature status oil, share a review on it. I'd love to see a video of what your thoughts are on it. Maybe you get your wife involved and let her smell it too, and tell everybody what you think about it. I think that would be a pretty cool video. Then you can hashtag it with some of the keywords like beard oil, beard care. Maybe you can get a lot of beard people over there on your channel checking it out, help it grow a little bit. So, but anyways, guys, again, I'm going to get off here. Happy Easter. If y'all need anything, you know how to get a hold of me, just text me. So I'll be working tomorrow on beard products, sending them out. But if you're into fragrances, you have a little bit of money spared, you want to drop some money on a fragrance to save some money tonight, help me get to that quota, help me sell 10 of them. That's going to be probably a big one today to sell 10 on Easter, but you never know. With God, anything's all possible, right? And tomorrow morning, I'll be back live on Growing in Grace at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Growing in Grace 28, if you want to know the handle. That's Growing in Grace 28. That is our YouTube ministry channel. I'll be there every Monday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Monday evening. Tomorrow, I'll probably be live about 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. I don't know yet. I've got my family side tomorrow night to do Easter with. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a great, blessed rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.